Well, good morning and welcome to Vision. I am so glad to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got lots to celebrate and a lot of fun things in store. So let's just stand together and celebrate being together today.
Yeah, woohoo is right. Thank you. Aren't the celebration singers wonderful? Thank you so much. Just what a great way to celebrate. What a great way to kick off a celebration. And the best next way is prayer. So let's pray. I know that there is one life. It is God's life. It is whole, perfect, and complete. God has poured everything that it is into every creation it makes. And we are that. And so is all life everywhere. All life is some part of the life of God. There is only one thing happening here. It is the expression and the activity of Spirit as each one of us. So we know that this is holy space right here. Anywhere we are is holy ground because it is the body of God. There is nothing else but God right here, right now, and we are so blessed to be together to remember this for ourselves and to remember for each other. Giving great thanks for today. I simply let it be, and so it is. Yay! Today's a special day, and we have a special highlight for today, and I'm introducing Reverend Lori Oberly Edwards, and she's going to share the special spotlight with us. Thank you. Yay!
Good morning. So Active Aging Week was established in 2003 by the International Council on Active Aging. The week-long campaign, October 6th through 12th, aims to promote healthy, active lifestyles for older adults by showcasing the positive aspects of aging and providing opportunities for wellness activities. I acknowledge Beverly Waring and her life. Beverly, raise your hand. A resident of Tierra Santa, she's been following visions mostly online. Beverly, please raise your hand.
She did, yeah.
Beverly, a dancer throughout her life, was 55 years old when she was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. Now Beverly was navigating life as a new wheelchair user. With encouragement from her physical therapist, she created a Wheelchair Dancers Organization, WDO, to share her lifelong love of dance with others in the disabled community. To date, WDO has changed the life of hundreds of dancers, all ages and mobility levels. Beverly shares, we're very fortunate to have so many talented people that are coming forward, whether they are 5 years old or my age. It is our professional dance instructors that make a difference in our performances. We love it, and there's so much gratification, and we have a beautiful audience. Last Sunday, October 5th, I watched their 17th annual fundraiser, Shine and Soar. I was so touched and inspired by the amazing talent and the joyful expression of all the dancers. Please check out the website at wheelchairdancers.org. We have flyers circulating, which are beautiful, and Beverly will meet you after a celebration service. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. Yeah, if you have any questions, Beverly, you'll be here for a while, right, during hospitality. So any questions you have, pick up one of the flyers, find out more about the organization. We are here to celebrate. That's why they call this celebration, this Sunday celebration. And if you are new to Vision and you'd like to know a little bit more about who we are, we have a guest packet, we have all kinds of things. But what we do here is pray. That's our specialty. So I'd love for the practitioners and ministers to raise your hand. Look around the room. These are the people that pray with us and for us all year long. These are our hearts. These are the people that know the truth for us when we have temporarily misplaced it, right? Like our car keys. You know, sometimes we just can't get to the truth on our own. So we call a practitioner. And there are numbers and practitioner names in your bulletin as well. Look one up, get one on speed dial, right? Can't you use one on speed dial? Oh my God, I need to know the truth, I've lost it. Do that, and it's a wonderful service you give to yourself, and you also give to the practitioner because the practitioner has made a commitment to prayer. They have made a commitment to pray for the world, and they do that through praying for this community. So do that. Again, don't leave here today without getting prayer support. The ministers and practitioners will be up in the front of the room. They are ready to take your prayer requests and sit with you in prayer, so do that. Okay, you agree? Yeah. Yes? Yeah. Shake your heads. Yes, absolutely. We also have guest packets. Here it is. If you're new to Vision, if you're just visiting us for the first time or the 10th time or whatever, if you want to know more about who we are as a spiritual community, grab a guest packet, find out what's in there. It tells you all about Centers for Spiritual Living, the worldwide movement, tells you about Vision, our beginning. You know, we're going to be, oh my God, we're going to be 19 years old in February. Yay. 19, I know, right? 19, woohoo. And Andy Anderson, you were there at the very first Sunday. Yay, that's right. But it tells you all about vision, all kinds of things that we do here, the idea of transforming lives through a practical spirituality, which is what we do, which is what Ernest Holmes did his entire ministry. He said, there is a power in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. And what we would add to that is, and it can use us as well. When we surrender into that greater idea of who we are, it uses us, it flows through us, changing conditions around us. There's also a neat little greeting on the front we're going to say together right now. We're going to say it for our friends, our guests, for our guests online, and we're going to say it now. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. And we absolutely mean that. So turn to somebody alongside of you and say, welcome to Vision, you are safe. I'm going to turn it over to James Vandenberg and our celebration singers, and they're going to do our centering song. We're going to join in and prepare ourselves for the 5-minute meditation. Take it away.
Good morning. Lovely to see everyone here. My name is Reverend Jean Phillips, and I'm one of the staff ministers here at Vision, and it is my honor to lead us in our time of meditation right now. So here's how it goes. I will read a couple of quotes, and then we'll have 5 minutes of silence, and that will be followed by an affirmative prayer. So I just invite you right now to just settle in and maybe close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just take these words into your heart. Our first quote is from Amanda Gorman. There is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. And from Ernest Holmes, do not hesitate to enter into the game of life, but do so with a zest and an enthusiasm that overflows with life. Fill yourself with the radiance of a life running over with power and usefulness. Then shall the world see your light. So just staying in that sweet space of silence, feeling the presence, the power of the infinite, the divine. Right here, right now, I know that God is all there is. This day, this moment, it's a gift. It's a gift that God is giving to itself, seeking only a greater expression of its joy, of its love, of its peace through all of our lives. I know there is no place, no circumstance, no experience where God is not. Spirit resides always at our very center. The light of God fills and radiates in and through us. And I'm one with this universal presence, this power, this love. It lives and breathes as me, with me, for me. It is my very essence, and as I know this for me, I absolutely know it for each one of us. Every person hearing my voice, Spirit, the divine, is the source, the supply, the essence of all of our lives. And so knowing this, I speak my word for this community and for the world. I know this day is filled with the light of abundant blessings, the blessings of love, of peace, and of boundless joy. As we open our hearts to the power of Spirit, we enter fully into the game of life, as Ernest Holmes says, with zest and enthusiasm that overflows with life. And I know that every need is met and perfectly fulfilled. I know prosperity and abundant supply flows endlessly in and through each life, joyfully shared as it is received. I know our physical beings, our bodies, our minds, they're created in a mold of wholeness. And so they naturally align to health and well-being. So knowing this, it's easy to relax and rest in the arms of Spirit, breathing in the peace that surpasses all human understanding. I'm just so grateful for this truth, this light, this beautiful expression of the divine that is vision. So grateful for Reverend Patti and her words of truth, for the music, and for each person participating here today, in person or online. All is good. All is God. All is one. And so knowing this, it is easy to release these words into the law, knowing it is complete and it is perfect. And so it is, and so I let it be. Amen.
Esteemed duo here today has a vocal blend that is like an organic smoothie at a vegan health retreat on Hawaii. I had to throw Hawaii in there, of course. So please welcome Andy and Nathan.
An organic smoothie. We're in a place, we're in a time, we're in a world that's lost its mind. Where is our soul? Where is our heart? We each need to pray to find a way. There is a way out of the dark. Be the light, be the light. Let the flame that burns inside of you change some somebody's life. Be the light, be the light. You may be the only candle in the night, but you be the light. When you are loved, when you are whole, someone will see and they will believe. Like a fire so strong, it will catch on. Be the light, be the light. Let the flame that burns inside of you change somebody's life. Be the light, be the light. You may be the only candle in the night, but you be the light. Shine, shine, show the world the way. Open your heart, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Be the light. Let the flame that burns inside of you change somebody's life. Be the light, be the light. You may be the only candle in the night, but you be the light. Be the light. Be the
Be the light. I love it. The theme for the month is Glow Up, and today's talk is You Are the Light. Because you are. You are the light. Matthew 5:14 said, You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do humans light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, giving light to all that are in the home. Let your light shine before men, women, people, everyone, so that they may see your good works and glorify Spirit in heaven. This is what we're here to do. We're here to be the light, to shine our light our own way. There is a unique, individualized expression of Spirit called you. And so your light is different from any other light, right? You shine your own light your own way, like no one else can. So let's talk about what kind of light you are. Fluorescent? Anybody? Incandescent? Candlelight? LED? Halogen? There's all kinds of lights. Daylight, cool light, bright light, soft white, all kinds of bulbs. As many lights as there are people on the planet. We all get to shine our light our own way, our own authentic way. And if we are busy covering up our light under the bushel because we're afraid, we're in fear of rejection or whatever, we can't shine. We can't shine if we're hiding it. That's why it said, not under a bushel. Throw the bushel away. So we throw the masks away, right? Those masks we've been wearing our whole life so that we don't get rejected. The costumes we wear, the roles we play to feign acceptance. We bravely strip all of that off and we stand naked and unafraid, right, in our real, authentic selves in front of everybody. Wow, wasn't that the scariest way I could have described that? Holy moly, sorry, but that's really what we do, isn't it? I mean, that's much of life. Trying to fit in when we were born to stand out. And we hide that all the time. We cover it up. When we get brave enough, or when we just stop caring about what other people think of us, we start living our authentic life. We can stand there with no masks, no costumes, no nothing. Here I am, world. Take it or leave it. Ernest Holmes said there must come a time in our lives, in our experience, when we speak with conviction that is within us. The conviction of the spiritual universe in which we live is real and powerful. The light cannot be borrowed from another. Each has been furnished with a divine torch whose wick burns from the oil of the eternal and ever-renewing substance of faith in one's self. It's there. It's always been there. Since you came into form, the light has been in you. You know, experiments were done years and years and years ago. I don't remember when. But they put people in one person. They put a person, a subject, one person at a time, in a totally dark room. I'm talking lead-lined room where not one photon of light could leak in. And yet, photons of light were detected in that room. They were coming from the human. They were coming from the experiment subject. They were coming from inside the person. We are the light. Science proved it. It's been proven a while ago. Yes, the human body emits a very faint, visible light called biophotons, which is a byproduct of metabolic and chemical reactions, or maybe God. I'm kind of thinking God. But anyway, the light comes from within us. It's always been there. We speak light. Ernest Holmes said, "Let us be still and let the truth speak through us. Be still and know that inner light shines." It's there all along. It comes from within us. The mystics knew it forever. They were always referring to the light, right? The light of spirit that is within us. They knew it all the time. The scientists are just now catching up. They're just now proving what the mystics knew forever. We are beings of light. We are light, and we speak light. Ernest Holmes said, "I feel that if affirmative prayer could be seen, it would be seen as a pathway of light. It would be seen as practitioners speaking light." Oh my gosh, right? What a wonderful thing. Each in his or her own way. We are all the light, each in our own way. Just like there are different bulbs. I'm going to shine my light a little different than you're going to shine your light, and somebody else is going to shine their light. And all together, we're just brilliant, right? But we all shine our light, just like the different bulbs, just like LEDs and halogens and incandescents. And different, we have different ways of shining our lights, right? Different archetypes. Oh my God. We're more of some and less of another, right? Some of us are warriors and we go through fighting the good fight, and we get into the good trouble. I'm not a warrior, but I know many and I love many. Some of us are lovers, artists. There are sages among us, and heroes, and explorers, and outlaws, and jesters, and magicians. There are all kinds of archetypes. Those are our lights as well, right? We shine in those unique ways, and each one of us contributes to the healing of the world the way we do it, the way we shine our light. In Judaism, in the Kabbalah, they talk about the divine light contained in vessels that shattered, breaking into thousands of shards that then became trapped in the material world. This event was known as shattering the vessels, and it's not seen as a flaw, but as a necessary process to allow for diversity in creation and free will. And the human task in Judaism, the Tikkun Olam, is the mending of the world. It is to gather together those shards, those sparks of holy light that are within us through good deeds and in such a way to repair the world. So we add to the healing of the world as we shine our light, as we let that out and shine our light in our own way. We heal the world through our work, through the work of our own archetypes, our own bulbs, however we do it. Whether we are healers or magicians or court jesters or sages. The sage represents wisdom and truth, the innocent, happiness and purity and optimism, the explorer, freedom, the ruler, control and leadership, the creator, imagination, the caregiver, focused on the compassionate heart, God's calling. The magician, that was magic. The magician represents transformation, making dreams a reality. The hero motivates people to overcome whatever their self-imposed limitations are. The outlaw challenges convention, embodies revolution. I went to ministerial school with an outlaw. He was wonderful. We used to call him Nick the Blasphemer. Made a great minister, though, really, really did. The lover, intimacy, passion, connection. The jester uses humor, playfulness, the enjoyment of the moment. And yeah, I'm a jester. The town fool, that's me. I love doing that, but what better way to speak truth, right, than to make somebody laugh? Hello, have you seen my stand-up work lately? A priest, a minister, and a rabbit walk into a bar, right? And the minister said, "What are you doing here?" And the rabbit says, "I don't know, I think I'm a typo." Yes, I'm a jester, I'm a magician, I'm all of them, aren't you? Right? You're all of them as well. We are all a combination of archetypes, maybe more of one than the other. But Ernest Holmes said, "I don't take myself seriously. I take this teaching very seriously." And I have that in common with him. I don't take myself seriously. I take this teaching very seriously. And no, I'm not a healer either, although you might think so. Got my degree in biomedical research, and then here I am, a minister. You would think healing was my archetype, but really it isn't. I point away. You do the work of healing yourself, don't you? The healing is your job. And together we heal. Together we heal. Ernest Holmes said, as long as you live affirmatively, you will be happy, knowing that there is but one spirit in which everyone lives and moves and has his being. You are to feel this spirit not only in your consciousness, but in your affairs. You are united with all. You are one with the eternal light itself. The presence of spirit within you blesses everyone you meet, tends to heal everything you touch, brings gladness into the life of everyone you contact. That's what we're here to do. Share our light. Be the light of the world. But you have to believe that. You have to believe that. It's not just a conversation we're having. We have to live that. In faith, we know that is within us. In faith, we know the light is within us. And then we can go beyond blind faith to knowledge, which is a step beyond faith, really. I mean, think about it. When you were first invited to come to Vision, I don't know, maybe a friend told you to come here. Maybe you found us on the website. I don't really know, but you had to find a way to get here the first time. Maybe you depended on GPS. Maybe you plugged it into your phone or your car, or maybe your friend gave you directions. But you went on faith the first time you found the place. You had to go on faith that the directions you were getting were correct, right? You depended on it. That was faith. Now, when you come on a Sunday morning, you don't have to look us up in GPS anymore, do you? You've gone beyond faith. Now you have wisdom. Yay. You know the truth, right? You know where you're going. You know where it is. You don't wonder how to get here anymore. You don't wonder if the GPS directions will get you here. Just like you don't wonder when you flip the switch whether the electricity will go on or not. Oh my God, is electricity going to work for me this time? But we tend to do that with faith, don't we? We tend to wonder, oh, is this the time? Is this what's going to work? Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? You have proof. You've done working through principles. You have experimented with working through principles. You've had demonstrations working through principles. It's time to move into the knowledge part where you go beyond faith. You absolutely know it works. All the time, with everyone. Ernest Holmes said the law is infallible and impersonal. Works the same way all the time, no matter who's working it. That's it. We must know, go beyond faith and absolutely know internally, there you go, it's been proven. But we have to begin in faith before we can prove it to ourselves. But once we've proven it, we get to depend on that. Ernest Holmes said, if one will have faith in himself or herself, faith in our fellow human, in the universe, and in God, that faith will light the place where we find ourselves. And by the light of this faith, we will be able to see that all is good. And the light shed by this faith will light the way for others. Our place in it will light the way for others. He goes on to say, we become conscious of the darkness only when we are without faith. For faith is ever the light of our day and the light of our way, making the way clearly visible to us, even when to all others it may be beset with obstacles and ongoing roughness. When we are immersed in truth, we never doubt. Right? We've proven these principles, or with that one, I don't remember. We've proven these principles over and over again, haven't we? How many times have you relied on the principles of religious science to come through, and they come through? Immersed in truth, we never doubt. We have put on the mantle of the Christ consciousness when we can cast aside the doubt and know for certain. So immersed in truth are we that there is no doubt, there is no despair, there is no fear, there is no isolation. We are the light of the Christ consciousness let loose in the world. That's how powerful we are when you take up the mantle of the Christ consciousness. There's no room there for doubt or for fear. Ernest Holmes said the human of wisdom is the light that overcomes darkness. He did not say darkness overcomes light. Right? There is no darkness, right? We talked about that already. There's a light scale. We can measure light down to a single photon. You can't measure dark. There is no dark scale. Dark disappears when you shine a light on it. Light is just a continuum, a little bit or a lot. There's just light. Any light dispels the darkness, no matter how small. No matter how small, shine your light. Shine your little light. If it's a candle, whether it's a little tiny birthday candle, whether it's a gigantic floodlight, no matter how small, no matter how large. I am one more light in the world. I am one more light in the world. You are one more light in the world. We are immersed in this one, and the one is within us, and that is light. And with this truth, how can you doubt? How can there be fear? In John 15, it said, if you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask, and you shall, and it will be done unto you. Let me say that again, I messed it up. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it shall be done. It shall be done unto you. But that's the part we have to know. We have to know that Spirit is within us and we are within Spirit. There's nothing else. There's nothing else but the activity of God right here and right now. There's nothing else to us but an activity of God. Abiding, Ernest Holmes, abiding in God means having no consciousness separate from God consciousness. Nothing in our thought which denies the power and the presence of Spirit. Then we can readily see why our prayers are answered. because we are abiding in God. There's nothing else but that. There's nothing else there. We are the light. We are the light. Accept your inheritance. Know ye are God's. It's like in the temple of Delphi. Know that ye are God's. Abide in spirit, consciously. Live spirit informed. Know that you are spirit informed. There is no separation. You are spirit, and I am spirit, and spirit are one. We are the light. Thank you so much.
Stay here anymore, and I've looked high and low. I've been from shore to shore to shore. If there's a shortcut, I have found it, but there is no easy way around it. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer.
Love is the answer. That's it. We know it. We know it here. So now is our time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to just consciously jump into the river. Just jump into the river of God's abundance, knowing that we are fully supplied and supported by Spirit, because that's really where everything comes. Admit your inheritance, that good flows to us, and then we give from that overflow of good to those people, places, and things that support us spiritually. That's how we remain in the flow of all good all the time. So let's pray. Let's pray. I know that Spirit is all things for us, from abundance to wisdom and everything in between, power and beauty and peace and love and joy and freedom, and all of those qualities are qualities within us. They are poured into us by the Creator. So I know abundance is there as well in limitless quantities. And as we give, so do we receive mightily, giving great thanks that we remain in the flow of all God's good. I simply let it be. And so it is. So it is. Miracle Minute to share with you today. Yay, I know, this is the time to hear about miracles. This is the place to hear about miracles. They happen all over us. This one comes from Victoria. She said she organized a community meeting with a condo association in 212 units to educate people about the pending landscape renovation. So she allotted 2 hours from 10 to 12. And she said in the past, the meetings could get contentious and off topic. Anybody know those? Oh yeah, okay. So she reached out for prayer support before the meeting. And she said, to make a long story short, the meeting was short as well. It lasted only an hour. People were saying, this is a no-brainer, let's get going on the project. Yay, consensus, don't you love it? I love it. I just love it. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria. That really is, condo meetings, that's really answered prayer. Definite miracle. And remember, Gandhi said, prayer is not an old woman's idle amusement. Properly understood and applied, it is the most potent instrument of action. So that's what we do here. I love it, changing conditions around us. And now it is time for, wait, because John's not here this weekend. It's time for the last word by Lizzie Bird.
Good morning, beautiful vision. Doesn't it feel so good to be together? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I want to welcome all of you in here in the room, out there in the cyber world, visiting us all around the globe, and visiting from cyber world. Bob Wilson's in the house. I had to put that in. For those of you who primarily just come to the Sunday service, I want to invite you to dip your toe into some of our outside activities, because we have so many fun things that go on here, and we need you. We want to get to know you better. And one of those things happened last Friday. James did another one of his Gourmet for God fundraisers and he's just like a miracle in the kitchen. It was amazing. We had wonderful help from Tim and Betty making everything beautiful.
And Lizzie.
And sweet, thank you. And Gary did wonderful centerpieces. It was just really great. So, and every time I go to one of those things, I get to know each one of you better and connect more. It's just so lovely. So please join us. And also a special thanks to those of you who came out Wednesday to join us in our Get Out the Vote postcard writing campaign. We got out 300 cards. Yeah, it was, and thank you for those of you who did it at home who couldn't make it Wednesday. I appreciate you too for doing the hard work. And no matter how you feel, use your voice. Please turn in your ballot, vote. We want not only a world, but a country that works for everyone. So please participate. Pardon? Talk to me afterwards. Get out the vote. We have a special election coming up November 4th. Important, yes. Okay, so future events. Coming up this Wednesday, it's movie night, McFarland. I had not heard about this movie, but I checked it out. It's based on a true story, and this is in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. It's starring Kevin Costner. He plays a kind of a bedraggled coach who develops a track team in this migrant community. And it's a real underdog story, and it touches on racism and community, and it just looks like a real feel-good movie. So come join us, have some popcorn, and give yourself a little uplift. Also, the following day, we have Marktoberfest.
Yes.
With our very own Mark here.
Yes. I'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm not much into self-promotion, so I thought I'd just go right over the top, you know? So I play the accordion. Some of you have seen me play it here, and you know, my philosophy is niches get riches. So because nobody does it anymore. So literally this. I don't know anybody. I literally haven't met anyone in my entire life who does like a solo Oktoberfest thing with the accordion. So this is your chance. And talk about getting to know people at Vision. Until you've polkaed with somebody, you don't really know them, you know? So I would love for everybody to come. And if you can't come, you can watch online, and it says $15, but you can also click just don't pay and watch. But I would like to have everybody experience this, because I've been working diligently at this for since 1987 on the accordion. And so you can see, I mean, I just have to say this. Every time I play, it's just so amazing. I get the same request. But I play the accordion for them anyway, you know? So... So there will be, yes, that's
Okay.
it. There'll be lively banter, and we're not going to do a big Oktoberfest thing, so some people are scared in the room, like, what does he want us to do, since I was otherwise occupied. But just come and be part of this thing, and if you just happen to have a bratwurst with you, that would be fine. And I think we'll leave a space in front for dancing. But yeah, this is an Oktoberfest.
Okay,
if you want to have an
Mark.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah. You will be wearing Lederhosen, ja?
I have Lederhosen from Munich. There was a guy who had a brew pub, a legendary brew pub in Atlanta, and he said, we're going to do an Oktoberfest. I said, well, if you buy me Lederhosen, I will play for your Oktoberfest. So he went to Munich and he got me the fanciest Lederhosen you can get, you know?
Awesome. All right. Okay, so next week, right, yeah, that's going to be fun. Next week, on the 22nd, we have Nathan and Andy doing a, back again, Monsters and Melodies. I don't even know, I didn't know that you could fill out over an hour with Halloween kind of songs, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. Okay, and then this Saturday, Reverend Jean is on Saturday the 25th, not the Saturday, is doing a self-care, art of self-care, values-based self-care. Jean, if you want to very briefly just come up and touch on it.
So our self-care weekend or workshop is value-based self-care. You know, each month this year, we've been learning different ways to support and care for ourselves, which is wonderful. But often those practices don't stick, and we fall back to bad habits. And one reason is because sometimes those practices are not aligned with our core values. They aren't rooted in what we truly care about. So that this month, that's our focus, is to identify those core values and then create a customized self-care roadmap that's designed to last because it's built on what we care the most about. So that's our focus this month. Please come join me. It is Saturday, October 25th from 11 to 2. I hope to see you there. Thanks.
Thank you, Jean. And Halloween week, we have another concert. There's going to be Rhea and Aaron. And this is a costume contest, and it's family friendly. And you know, she always rocks the house. So come out and be with us for that. And then next Sunday, while this is going on, I believe there's a Together to Fight Suicide. And this is such an important opportunity for all of you to get involved. If you have more questions, you want to participate, please talk to Scott. He'll fill you in on that. Together to Save Lives. And then next Sunday, before service, Marcus is doing his Sunday morning discussions. I went to one a few weeks ago. Very thoughtful, beautiful discussions, and only the way that Marcus can do gentle, comforting discussions. So be a part of that. Really, really wonderful. And then, Adopt-A-Bill. Did I skip Adopt-A-Bill? Look at me. Is that why you were looking at me funny there? Sorry. Adopt-A-Bill is back. There are many opportunities for you to contribute for this gorgeous place to keep going as well as it does. You can pay different kinds of bills. If you go out on the in the hallway, you'll see some opportunities. If you have questions of what those little tickets mean, you can talk to Patti. She'll fill you in, but we would love for you to participate in that as well. Finally, next Sunday, Reverend Lori Oberly Edwards is going to be here, and her talk is going to be Glow with the Flow of the Soul. Sounds like a song. And Rhea Carey is going to rock the house with the Vision Band. And finally, I just want to thank Nathan and Andy for doing it again. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful songs. Thank you. To Mark and the band. The Celebration Singers. And the AV team for trying to keep me straight. Keeping all the lights on, making everybody look pretty. All right, thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time.
We're going to stand up and we're going to say our affirmations together. And if I can find them, here they are. If I can find them, we'll say them together. Oh yeah, there we are. Okay, I want the practitioners and ministers to come forward, be ready for prayer. Look at this. Look at the prayer posse. I love it. Yay. Okay, we're going to say these together. You ready? You with me? Okay. I am aligned with my values. I am fully equipped to live my life intentionally. Today, I boldly shine my light. Oh yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be bold right here, right now. Let's say it again. You ready? You with me? Today I boldly shine my light. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, friends. So going in prayer one more time here today, knowing and accepting that there is one life. It is God's, and everything that God is flows through us, from abundance to beauty and balance and freedom and order and joy, wisdom and peace and power. All of it flow through us. We become that place where Spirit is walking and talking and healing and loving this world into its wholeness. So I give great thanks for this. I know it is the truth of each one of us here. And so it is. So it is.
Peace for the world starts with me. 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 There's no one here to judge.